How the US Coast Guard trained pigeons to save lives at sea. In the late 1970s, the US Coast Guard launched Project Sea Hunt, an experiment to train pigeons to spot life vests and debris floating in the ocean. The idea? Humans get distracted, but pigeons never lose focus. These weren't elite military birds, just your average park pigeons, but they had one superpower: incredible eyesight. Strapped into a plexiglass pod beneath a Coast Guard helicopter, 3 pigeons scanned the waves, each with a 120-degree field of view. Trained to spot targets from nearly 2 kilometers away, they would peck a switch when they saw something bright orange, a color used for life vests, alerting the crew to turn and investigate. And get this, pigeons were far better than humans. In tests, they spotted targets 90% of the time, while human crews only managed 38%. Even when both saw the target, the pigeons almost always saw it first, giving rescuers precious extra seconds to react. But there was one major problem. People couldn't take the idea seriously. The thought of a pigeon saving your life? Hilarious. Public relations and funding were a constant struggle. Then, in 1979, disaster struck. During a real search mission, a helicopter carrying 3 trained pigeons ran out of fuel and had to ditch into the ocean. The crew survived, but the pigeons, trapped in their pod, were lost at sea. Despite this setback, new pigeons were trained and tests continued into the 1980s. But in 1983, Project Sea Hunt was finally shut down. The world just wasn't ready to trust life-and-death rescues to a bird brain. Still, it's a wild reminder. Sometimes the best technology has feathers.